Davers, buddy, how's it going?
Good. How are you, Ian?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing absolutely fantastic. Holy shit. Um, yeah, man. What a beautiful day out here,
It's getting nice out in Utah, man.
dude.
Finally get out. The sun's not set until later. We can get a full round in.
Yeah, I'm watching the sunset. I actually opened my windows up today, um, and it was fucking beautiful, man. Like, I got to play 2 rounds, one with you, one with my friend who's a beginner, and we just had a great time, man. It was so fun.
Yeah, you tend to start playing better when the weather's nicer. There's
Yeah,
something to it.
yeah. My putting was atrocious today, but it's not like I'm missing like way right, way left, way high, way low. It's like consistently I'm missing like the top. I'm like an inch and a half low of like the chains, and I'm like fuck. But yeah, dude, it was a great day. I played 2 rounds. I played Taylorsville, which was super fun. I haven't played Taylorsville since last summer, so that was awesome. And then we played Creek, and the guy on the tee box on hole one. You want to tell him?
Dude, I don't. I threw a normal shot. I stabled up because it was a nice little headwind, and I think it's a bunch of people that have never played before. Because the guy's like, "Did you load that arm with some gunpowder this morning?" I was like, "Bro, it didn't even go that far. It was
Bro,
like maybe 350 and hyzered out. Like, wasn't even my best shot.
no, dude, it was so fun. It was such a good round, man. That was so fun this afternoon. Like we finished up what like 30 minutes ago, and just like
Yep.
chilled. And then I was like, we gotta go do the podcast, man.
Yeah, it's wild. You don't realize like it's already 8 o'clock at night for us here,
Yeah, it's
and
8:03 right
so
now.
yeah, dude, sun's just going down. Like you can get out and start doing stuff later again. It feels great.
Yeah. And then this week, have you looked at the weather for this weekend?
I have.
Dude, we're
It's
about
supposed
to
to be.
we're gonna get nuked on up in the mountains.
It's
Absolutely
gonna go
nuked
from
on.
spring skiing this morning into powder days next week.
Yeah, it's gonna be fucking coral reef under that thing.
Oh yeah.
Dude, yeah, what a time to be alive. Before we really get started, big news. I don't know if you guys can see right down there, right under Dave. We got a new sponsor for the stream, baby.
Woo-woo.
Woohoo!
Oh yeah.
My roommate, he is one of 4 employees at Party Shirt, and he's like, dude, put the Party Shirt badge on there. We'll hook you and Dave up with some more shirts. I mean, I already get hooked up because I'm an ambassador, but
Yeah.
this was a limited edition run, cotton by this Mexican artist that Party Shirt did, and then the one that Dave's wearing is
Elevate disc golf.
Elevate
Got the
Disc.
lay on for a party as well.
Yeah. It's the special edition run that they did for the Creekside Open last year out here, and I gotta help set up the event, help like not necessarily run it, but like help organize it a little bit, and it was super cool. So thank you, Party Shirt. If you guys wanna, let's pull this up real quick. Hold on, I should have prepped this earlier. Party Shirt International. You guys can sign up now, get 10% off. This is their website. They have 2 types of shirt. They have a stretch tech, which is great for those really hot summer days. Um, Hats, dude, this pink hat is so sick. I know you can't see this, Dave, but their pink hat is so sick. They also have some cotton shirts. Um, this one is right. I think this one's the one I'm wearing right now. The cotton does shrink a little bit, um, so just be aware of that. But they're awesome shirts, man. I'm kind of like medium large, and the cotton I go large, and it kind of shrinks down to like a good medium large. I'm 6 foot, skinny as hell, so you got a bunch of awesome stuff. And we also have sun hoodies coming soon. I have the jellyfish one right here, and it's awesome. So,
Dude,
you guys,
I'm so stoked for those
oh
those
my
sun
god,
shirts.
yeah, the jungle juice one looks so cool. Hold on, I just gotta take a look at this,
Oh hell yeah.
dude. Yeah, Like, you can't tell me that that is not a beautiful looking shirt right there, people. It looks so good. Um, yeah. So thank you, Party Shirt. Big shout out to them. Um, they have really helped grow the sport out here. Another round is also gonna hold some shirts hopefully soon. I think Ben's just trying to get the shop open right now before he does anything else. So, yeah. Cool. Dave,
Yes.
I have two things to say to you. And you know what they are because I warned you.
Let's hear it.
One, you called it.
I did.
Nikolas Antilas, dude. What a finish that was. What I said last week, I thought it was boring disc golf. That was, this week, was not boring disc golf. That was
No.
fun to watch. That was so fun. Um, Second off, you you bottled this one, buddy. We said we were talking about Kristen Tatar, and we're gonna talk about Kristen, but holy shit, Owen Scoggins.
Dude, sets the FPO record for highest rated round ever by an FPO player.
Let me show the people this. Disc Golf Pro Tour just posted this a few hours ago. Highest ever FPO average event rating in PDGA history. 1029. Let's start here since we're
She
here. Let's start here.
she put on a clinic on that course.
Dude.
Like 13 under first round, starting with 6 birdies, followed by a couple pars in there, and then another set of 6 birdies.
It was insane to watch.
Her putting was perfect the entire weekend. Just hitting every shot. The flex forehands. Threw a lot more backhands than I expected out of Owen.
Mm-hmm.
She's such a forehand dominant, but the flex backhand still came in handy.
Yeah.
She absolutely, and you know what this shows? This is what it takes to take down Kristen.
Yeah. It
You,
takes three amazing rounds. Her first round wasn't great. It was 3 under.
yeah,
She had 4 bogeys on the round. But you had Kristen at third, and it was only 5 under. So Owen was down by 2 strokes to Kristen, and then Henna Blomrose was 6 under, and Kat Merch 7 under. Dude, Kat looked great that first round.
you did.
Cat looks really good. I'm a big fan of Cat because she rocks the Pit Vipers. Where are they? I literally just had them.
Rocking
Like,
the pitties.
dude, how can you not cheer for a disc golfer who looks like this?
She's also just stoked to be out there and play, and that's always fun to watch too.
Yeah.
Like, when she throws a good shot, she's just jumping around, like super psyched about it.
Yeah.
Um, I think she just needs a few more years. She just can't hold it together for a full tournament.
Yep. And we kind
Um,
of saw that in round two with
and well,
her.
in round three, she was still in second place going into round three,
Yeah, you're
and
correct.
fell off drastically because Kristen only shot 2 under in round two.
Yep. So yeah,
Um,
Kat, if she would have shot, so she shot 7 under first 2 rounds, so 14 under going into round three, 6 over in round three. So let's say she shoots another 7 under, she would have been in second place, 21 under, and
yep.
that would have been Owen's competition going in
Yeah.
that third round. But Kat just couldn't hold it together. We have a double bogey, a triple bogey. Where am I? And then 3 more bogeys, 4 more bogeys. Sorry, and she only had 3 birdies that final round. I was really sad to see Kat go down like that because she played great those first 2 rounds.
Yeah. No, she looked fantastic. She was hitting her lines, just playing very good disc golf. I think that's what this course in particular kind of showed, that like finesse that disc golf used to have,
Mm-hmm.
where You don't need the big arm. You don't need to bomb the lines. You just need to hit, land and bounce, make sure you're not going OB on anything, put yourself in the right position to have an easier upshot, and then make your putts.
Yeah.
Like that's really what this course I think showed more than last week. Um, wasn't a huge fan of the course last week. This one I really enjoyed watching, and I think it's the people that are good like fundamentals of disc golf played very well, and you could see that, and that kind of shined.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Kristen made a push the last round. She shot 8 under, taking her to 15 under total. I want to go back to own. I want to show the people. I want to show the people. Um,
I was so happy to see her like after shooting that amazing first round
mm-hmm.
to come out and shoot 10 under again was just you get true to make two to make it true, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, she shot 3 under her first round, and her
yep,
second round was 13 under with 1 bogey. So she had 14 pars or 14 birdies. Sorry. Um, and you could tell the way she was playing, she was not scared.
no,
It was awesome. Um, and then going like round 3, all she had to do was so Kristen's what 9 strokes below her, Henna's 8 strokes below her, so is Missy. Kat's really only 2 strokes behind, and then we go to round 3. Kat finishes tied for fourth. Tied for fourth. And look at that gap. 11 stroke difference in FPO. And normally we see this Kristen Tatar up here and Owen somewhere down here.
yep,
Tied for fourth, tied for fifth. Dude, that was fun to watch.
yes,
That was really fun to watch.
super stoked. I almost wish there was a fourth round just to see Owen do it again
Yeah.
because I feel like this weekend she could not be stopped.
Let's look at these stats real quick. Can you see this on my screen or no? No, you can't.
I cannot.
You have it pulled up though. So,
Yeah,
Owen Scoggins, 90% fairway hits. The only let's see, Kristen beat her with 95. We had Henna and Kat at 90, and I think the rest of the field falls off. Sarah Holcomb, 90%, pretty good. Um,
yeah.
28% park rate, highest in the field, tied with Kristen.
Ty-
83 83% C2 in regulation.
yeah. Well,
50%.
look at. I was gonna say that's the real stat is the 50% C2 putting.
Dude, that's just insane. 60-foot throw in. Um, dude, she had a great weekend at the Open at Austin presented by Flight Factory for Own. I'm super stoked for her. That is something that
Yeah,
we don't see a whole lot, which um is crazy. I want to pull this statistic one more time for the people. Highest ever FPO average event rating in PDGA history. It is also her second round was a 1055, which would, if it holds, is the 4th highest FPO rating of all time at an elite or major series. Holy shit, Dave. Holy shit.
came out throwing, never stopped.
Dude, yeah, that was insane to watch. I actually really, really, really enjoyed watching FPO. I usually don't, but that course, like, I kind of have to judge it on the course. If I like watching the MPO play a course, and I think it's fun, like last week, Waco Annual Charity Open, it's a boring course, and the FPO players, Heiser, just like we talked about last week. This week, it's a lot more techie in the woods, and I like to see the FPO side of that because their shot shaping is a little different than the MPO. They have, uh, the guys have a lot of power. They also have a lot of touch, but I think for us, we relate closer to FPO, with our
Yeah.
arm speed and our game. So it's interesting to see that. And I loved watching that final round of FPO, dude. That was so fun. So,
It's even when the score is not like super close, like the MPO came down and was so fun to watch because it was so close in a tight race
mm-hmm.
and you had no idea who was going to win. You kind of knew that Owen was going to, well, you didn't kind of, you knew Owen was winning
Yeah.
halfway through that last round. But it was still so fun to watch her tear that course apart and just birdie after birdie nonstop. Like, just great golf is always fun to watch.
Yeah. Dude,
And that was,
her flex forehands were on point.
yep.
I don't think she messed up a flex forehand all weekend. Maybe round one. I didn't watch round one. I watched part of round two. Round three, I don't think she messed up a single flex forehand shot. They were
No,
all on the line she wanted. Highs ring out at the right time. Like, oh, dude, it was beautiful.
it was, like I said, it was so fun to watch.
Yeah, it really was. Cool. And that's enough of FPO. Let's get into MPO. Let me pull my
Let's get into, let's get into my boy.
Let's get into your boy. Okay.
The Finn.
So, let's start round one. Because let's start at the beginning. Corey Ellis, Andrew Marweed with the hot rounds. 10 under round one. It's really interesting to me. Andrew could have had 2 strokes on Corey going into round two if he had eagled 11, just like everyone else in the top five.
Yeah,
Interesting stat there.
just small mistakes, right?
Yep. Um, it was round one was kind of fun to watch because you had who was on lead card round one. Do you remember? It was Gannon, Paul. Oh my god,
Yeah,
am I gonna have to pull this up?
I don't remember who was on. I watched it
I
too.
know, I did too. Hold on, I gotta pull up Jomez. Oh, okay. My YouTube's broken. I can't look it up. You gotta look it up for me. Well, you look that up. Anthony Barella, okay, Corey Ellis, Anthony Barella, Calvin, and Gavin Rathbun all eagled 11. We had a Nikolas Antilas ace on 10 in the first round. We had an eagle on 5 by Ezra Aderhold. I love Ez. Anything notable? A few other eagles on 11 by Kyle Klein, the Gooseman, Adam Hamas, um, and Tristan Tanner. So pretty cool. We also had one by Jake Wolf. Okay, did you hear about the Jake Wolf thing?
I did not.
Okay, so hole 11, it's 1,000 feet, par five, kind of tight with OB. Um, apparently, it is just from what I've heard. It was on the Jomez coverage. Apparently, Jake Wolf tomahawk putt for an eagle.
Jeez. I know that the guy is purely overhand or sidearm throwing,
Mm-hmm.
but I cannot imagine going overhand on that kind of a hole.
I wish we had a video of it somewhere because I would love to watch it. I would
That's
love.
insane.
Yeah, apparently I know the second one was a tomahawk, but the first one, not everyone knows whether it was a tomahawk or a forehand. But just to get that far with 2 tomahawks or a forehand then a tomahawk, that is beautiful.
Yeah.
So, okay, moving on. Round two. Let me show the people this. Round two. Nikolas Antila, 12 under. Gannon Burr, hot round at 14 under. Matteo played 9 under. Joey Buckets, we love Joey. 9 under. Corey Ellis, 6 under. Cole Riddall 12 under as well. He had a really good day. Um, Going down, it doesn't look like Nate Sexton shot 11 under to get back under par. Gavin Babcock 10 under. Alden Harris 10 under. I'm really looking for anything. I think that was pretty much it. Yeah. So round two, it was a little more damp. It sounded like than round one. Round one was kind of windy, a little more
Yep.
damp. Um, Kind of interesting to watch, honestly.
It was fun to see them play like a different style. Like it seemed like the tee pads were kind of slick. A lot of that Texas mud and clay kind of getting kicked up onto the
Mm-hmm.
pads and trying to throw. So I feel like a lot of people had to kind of power down from what they would normally do just to make sure that they weren't slipping and sliding on the tee pads.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Did you see James Conrad slip?
I did.
Dude, it was somewhere on Instagram. Luckily, I think he has really strong ankles because his like leg came
Oh,
with it, or his ankle came with it. But if he had caught like his shoe or something like in that turf, like he'd be out for the season with like a broken ankle. It was pretty
yeah.
nasty. It was really nasty.
I mean, he has such an aggressive run up that he doesn't change no matter what.
Yeah.
I feel like that's kind of a you got to be more careful with that
Mm-hmm.
on wet courses like when you're playing on turf.
Totally. Yeah. Um. Cool. Round three. Let's do
Although,
three. Go. Yeah.
although,
Go for it.
although we gotta go back to round one with the Nikolas Antilas ace on hole 10.
Oh yeah. Is that on the Instagram?
That was on Jomez. It was on coverage.
I know.
He was on lead card.
He was on lead card. Do we have that? Here it is. Let me show the people. Wait, can the people see this? People can see this. Sorry, people. Skip, bang, wow, what a shot! And then we
Right
also
in the
had.
basket.
I think this was just as impressive. Did you see that? You saw the Joey Buckets throwing.
Yes.
Oh, dude,
From what was that hole 4
hole
when
four.
he was like in the bush at the bottom? Was it
Yeah,
3 or 4?
yeah, that's a insane throwing. Also, thank you Sports Center for promoting our stuff. Nicholas Angela Ace was number 6 on Sports Center this week.
Oh hell yeah, dude.
So, hell yeah, man, that's awesome. Um, awesome stuff there. Awesome stuff. Let's go to round three.
3.
You ready?
Yes,
Sambo,
sir.
hold on. Sambo's walking in. Hey, I'm podcasting. You want to say hi to the
Alright.
podcast? Yeah.
What's up? What up, chat?
um,
Thanks.
Everyone, this is Sam. He hooked it up with all the party shirts and
What
stuff. So, Sam, anything to say to the people?
Party Shirt International. Best disc golf shirts in the world.
He's not wrong. He's
Hell
not
yeah.
Look,
wrong.
he's always wearing it.
Yeah, Dave's wearing
Dude,
it. I'm
I-
wearing mine.
I can't hear Dave.
Shot my highest rated round in this.
He shot his highest rated round in that shirt.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dude, I think we have another one coming out this year, so we'll
Dude.
see.
We'll see.
I'll be sick.
Sick.
All right.
Sweet. We'll see you in a little bit, Sam.
Fuck yeah.
Cool. Oh, I need to put another round. Yeah, I'll do that later. Okay, round 3. Let me pull this up. Sorry, a little distraction there. Round 3. So we skipped hole. Correct me. It was 12, 15, 16. Yes.
Yes.
Because I'm looking at all the scorecard cards and they're all pars.
Okay.
Okay, so going into day 3, they had major weather delays in FPO before MPO teed off, from what I've heard.
About a 2-hour lightning delay.
Yep. Thank you, Dave.
Yeah.
And so, as a field, they all agreed that they would skip a few holes to be able to finish the tournament Sunday. Yesterday for us, 2 days ago when you guys are seeing this. Originally, it was supposed to be 16, 17, 18 taken out. They instead changed it to 12, 15, 16 because they wanted 17 and 18 to be the finishing holes, because I think they're 2 great finishing holes. A tough par 3, a really tricky par 4.
Yeah.
Nikolas Antilas shot as he should have. He had a tough, I think 5 or 6 and 7 kind of hurt him a little bit, but he made up for it for the eagle on 11, which we see Kyle also got and Gannon also got in that final round. Kyle Klein played lights out from 2 cards back.
In the clubhouse at 26 under with, I believe, 4 holes left to play, 4 or 5 holes for the lead card
Mm-hmm.
still to play at 26 under. Um, and I know Nicholas, I think it was hole 14, he threw his first shot OB
Mm-hmm.
and had to scramble to make par off of that. And I remember hearing the commentators being like, "Oh, he's out of bounds. Kyle Klein has it locked down now." And all Nicholas had to do was go birdie birdie to win,
Mm-hmm.
and he
On
still had that.
arguably 2 of the harder holes on the whole course.
Yes, um, but he was able to lock it down on 17 with a beautiful drive, and then hole 18, he came up a little bit short. I remember on his upshot and had to sink like just outside the circle putt for birdie for the win, and just dead center chains. Never even had a doubt that putt wasn't going in the basket.
Yeah.
Just absolutely locked it down for the win.
Yeah. Um, dude, that was fun to watch. Um, it was apparently pretty dark when they ended up finishing everything up. But they got it done. They finished everything up, which I'm happy about. We didn't have to wait till Monday morning to go finish. Cole Redolin sneaking in to tied for sixth at 23 under. I thought Cole actually played really well this weekend. I know we didn't see him a lot on coverage, but what we did see of him, he looked like he was playing good disc golf. Good, smart disc golf.
Yeah. He's had a solid early season so far this year, which I think held bodes well for the rest of the year for him.
Yeah.
I know you're a big fan of Cole Redolin.
Yeah. I think Cole's a great player. Um, I think Cole has an opportunity to, if our top names in the sport, Ricky, Gannon, Kyle Klein, Anthony Barella, Nikolas Antilas, aren't playing their best, Calvin Heimberg, I think Cole has a real shot of, he just placed outside the top 5, tied for 6th, but I think he has a real shot of winning a tournament this year if things go his way. And who knows? You called Nicholas winning a tournament. I didn't quite agree, but I saw him finishing high a lot of those tournaments, and here you are, proving me wrong once again.
Well, I mean, just look at all the top players: Nicholas, Kyle, Calvin's still, he's a little bit of the older crowd.
Mm-hmm. Still
Anthony,
young though.
Gannon,
Still
Paul,
young.
yeah, still young, but it's all the young guns, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
top of the leading out, just absolutely killing it week after week at this point. It was nice to see Calvin back after his injury, or tweaked his shoulder or elbow or whatever
Elbow.
he had going on last week. Yeah,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
elbow sprain.
Yeah. Elbow sprain. He said he was not throwing any forehands this week. So
Okay,
I wonder if
so it's
that changed his bag a little bit,
I
and
don't
he
know.
started maybe second guessing some of his backhand shots.
He needs to go get some advice from Eagle on how to throw lefties.
Yeah, Eagle, when are you coming back, man? I want to see Eagle up there. Um, I wouldn't say Calvin's part of the older crowd though. I would say he's in the experienced crowd, but I still think
Hmm.
Calvin's a younger player. I
Yeah,
think when I think of older players, I think of Paul Macbeth, Simon, Brody, um,
Ricky,
Ricky. Like those
Matteo.
are older players. Matteo played great this weekend as well. Um,
Yep.
but this younger crowd, dude, they're coming up. They're really coming up. Our first 3 Pro Tour events are people who are young, and Nicholas Anthony hadn't won one before. Two new
Yep.
champions. Gannon Burr, he's playing really well. I think he messed up a few shots that could have, won him uh, or defended his title here this past weekend. But it's been great to watch, dude.
It has been. It's been nice seeing, like we talked about with like Kristen, that dominance. It's kind of nice on the MPO that it's not the Paul Macbeth or Ricky Wysocki show anymore. That there is that, like, you don't know week to week who could win. And the whole idea of like, well, you haven't proven it yet, so we don't know if you're going to be good enough, I think is starting to go out the door
Mm-hmm.
because so many players are just playing so well.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, who's the next winner to do it that's never done it before? Is it Cole?
It might be Cole. It might be someone that we don't even know yet. I think these guys have all the talent in the world. We could see, Cole come up. We could see some of these other names come up. Let me pull this back up.
Joey Buckets, man.
We could see, dude. Joey played great. Um,
He finished tied for 12th at 19 under.
yeah, we could see. Oh man, KJ. Has KJ won anything?
I think he did a few years ago.
Mm-hmm. He's in that younger crowd. Um,
The Gooseman's got to get one.
yep, Gooseman's definitely got to get one. He's really got to get one, man. Alden Harris.
Mason
Um,
Ford's had a few good tournaments too. He had a couple
yeah.
good rounds. He kind of fell off in the third round this week,
Mm-hmm.
but I want to say his round two, he was up near the top.
Yeah. Evan Scott, he when he has his day, he plays well. It'd be really funny to see Jake Wolf get up there, get a top 5 or
I
something. I don't see it, but it would be really cool to see.
No, he's such a, I don't want to say niche player, but having a very limited style of shot throwing doesn't really bode well for you.
No.
Um, I mean, some people make it work with backhand only, but overhand's a little bit different
Yeah.
of a game.
Yeah. Okay, I have a question and I want to hear your thoughts on this. So Calvin's back from his injury, his elbow problem. No forehand all week. I know I saw at least 2 or 3 shots where, in my mind, that is a Calvin forehand. If Calvin has his forehand, does he shake up those top 3?
It's hard to tell um, because if that forehand is causing arm problems, that could cause other issues throughout his rounds. If he's 100% healthy, I think this would have been a much tighter race with Calvin leading the pack versus him kind of chasing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I do think the course has played well for forehand players. I mean, Owen crushed it out there having the flex forehands. You saw Marweed being close to the top with a good forehand. Gannon obviously having a good forehand. So I think it's just like you need to have that all around game that we were talking about last week.
Yeah.
And you're just handicapping Calvin at this point by not having a forehand on him.
Mm-hmm. Do you obviously, like, yes, Austin was a more forehand friendly course. I wouldn't say it was all forehand. There were plenty of
No,
shots you could do both. Um, do you see yourself, or do we see the Disc Golf Pro Tour going to more people like the Anthony Barellas, like the Gannon Burrs, who are very good with both backhand and forehand, and we start to step away from the James Conrads, um, who's Isaac Robinson, Ezra Robinson, who are predominantly backhand. We have seen a few forehands out of them, but do we see the Pro Tour like take over with more forehands than backhands?
I think it's more so just course design. So many of the courses on the Pro Tour have been older courses. They're there for historical reasons. And it was when the game was people were only throwing backhand for the most part back then. Um, versus now, you move a couple tee pads around, and all of a sudden, that backhand turnover line is so much harder to throw than just throwing a forehand that is going to spike out into a safe zone and won't, fade long OB or something. Um, I think we're going to start seeing more course design where it helps to have an all around game, where it forces people to take certain shots and certain lines. And that's kind of what I like to see, right? Um, I mean, if you can throw a backhand Annie that's the same as a spike forehand, good on you. But that's not the norm for most players. Um, and I think it's more fun to watch too, right? Like seeing a wide array of different shot types and like seeing the guys have to go with like a roller or like a flex forehand through the gap because that's the only line in the trees. Um, I think a lot of people tend to complain about not having a fairway or a tunnel or something because it doesn't line up for their type of throw versus if you have that like Owen Scoggins flex forehand, those tree gaps on hole 6 weren't as bad of an issue.
Yeah. Yeah. I would tend to agree with you. I think there's a few people that could get away with it. I think Isaac and James can get away with it. I think those are two people who can get away without having a forehand off the tee. They do throw or James throws forehands on upshots. Isaac not so much. His is more of just a scramble.
Yeah.
Um, but for some of those, I think they're lower on the leaderboards and they're not big names in disc golf. But I think that forehand is holding them back, or maybe it's their backhand that's holding them back, like a Jake Wolf. You know,
Yeah.
um, I think.
Well, and it's can you compensate for it too, right? Like
Mhm.
the hole that Joey Buckets threw in for all weekend, Gannon Burr threw over the top on the trees on the right and a hyzer that
Yep.
almost nobody else was throwing because you need to have like 500 feet of distance to get up
Yep.
there. Um, so he was able to compensate for that, even though Gannon does have a really good forehand. Um, so I think it's those aspects as well. Like James Conrad can kind of compensate with like his disc selection and the angles that he's thrown at and
Mhm.
like knowing how everything flies. But so many people, like you said, lower down on the leaderboard here, I think they got to figure out what works as an all around game versus trying to have one niche thing.
Yeah. Totally. Totally. Well, congrats to Nicholas, dude. First Finnish player to ever win a DGPT event. Um, awesome. I'm stoked for him, dude. I think I think he's at least a top 10 player in my opinion. Um, I wouldn't say like everyone has their favorites, and he's not one of my favorite players, but I will be cheering for Nicholas. I will be rooting for him. Awesome. I'm stoked for him. Congrats, Nicholas. If you ever listen to this, first off, I'll come caddy for you any day of the week. I'll come learn Finnish. I'll talking to you in Finnish. You let me know, man. It won't happen,
Hell
but
yeah.
if it happens, So,
He's just a very smooth player and nice to watch.
dude, his shoulder control, and I know he gets like I wouldn't say a lot of hate, but a lot of like eyes on him for kind of his reach back and just his form, right? Because it
Hmm.
is so smooth, and I'm like, dude, that is beautiful to watch. It's beautiful to watch. Oh,
It is.
I love watching him. So sick, cool. Anything else from this weekend?
That's all I had for this weekend. We have what, two weeks till the next Pro Tour event?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 2 weeks till the next Pro Tour event. We have a gap in there. What is next course they're playing? You remember? It's still in
Uh,
Texas. I know that.
Yeah, the third one, Texas State's
Okay,
the one that Ricky has always
dominate.
dominated,
Yeah, cool.
I
Um,
believe.
cool.
Yeah,
Well,
Texas State's in Houston.
Houston. Cool. Well, let's move on to our next topic here. Um, and before we start this, I just want to say we do not fall into this category at all. Me, you, we do not fall into this category. Okay? Um, do YouTubers in disc golf have a place on the pro tour?
I guess it matters whether or not you're using it as a social media presence or if that is your main focus, right? So somebody like a Brody Smith, I don't necessarily consider him a YouTuber first over him playing disc golf. Um, I know you're kind of referencing Bonanza and him trying to get into Monday qualifiers, um, and I think it's I don't know. I think it helps grow the sport because it puts more eyes on it, right? Like the more people that get introduced into disc golf, maybe they find some of his videos and then they realize that, oh wow, there's this bigger sport, right? There's the pro tour events. I didn't know that was a thing. All of a sudden, it's like, oh hey, this YouTuber is actually like really good.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I think it has its place there. Um, I think though, as the sport continues to grow, it'll start to fall more on the backside. Um, Obviously, I mean, I got into disc golf through YouTube through watching Joe Mez coverage.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching that before I even started playing disc golf. Um, so for me, without that like content, I wouldn't have had the same kind of interest that I do now into it.
Yeah.
Um, but like I said, as it keeps growing, as the purses get bigger, as the talent gets a lot better, I think it's going to start to fall more and more into that like cool, we just do this for fun. Like
Mm-hmm.
we might be really good at it, but we're not trying to make the pro tour or get sponsored or anything like that.
Yeah. I think it has a place in disc golf and in the pro tour as long as it's not taking away from the competitive environment, right? And
Okay.
I think what Bonanza did this past weekend or 2 weekends ago at Waco and then trying to qualify, he he put his camera down for the most part, like he had friends recording him and whatever, and that's fine. I think,
Hmm.
as long as the Pro Tour wants it, ladies and gentlemen. But I think it's fine as long as his mental state is in the game, right? And because imagine you have Simon, Calvin, AB, and let's just throw Nicholas in there, right? And we always know they're checking their phones on scorecards, especially, third round, seeing where they are, You pull out a video camera and you're like, hey guys, like, I think that would be distracting. And as long as that stays out of the pro scene, I'm fine with all the disc golf pro content, like Brody's practice rounds, Anthony Bonanza's whole YouTube channel is great, by the way. I love it. I watch
Hmm.
it all the time. I'll stop watching it for a week, and I'll get like an itch to go watch it, and I'll watch like four videos in a row. It'll be my binge for the night. So I think
Yeah.
it's great for the sport. It's growing the sport a lot. Um, it's really been interesting to me to see his progress from a year ago to now. He went out with Drew Gibson in Arizona for a week, did this whole camp. He's just been spending time. He's got that infinite deal. Like, awesome. Because it shows that, who knows, Dave, maybe one day, besides party shirt and another round, we actually get a disc with our stamp on it. Who
Hell yeah.
knows?
I think the other problem with that too is like pace of play. Like disc golf is already kind of slow as is,
Hmm.
and if you have somebody out there trying to like film content while on the course, it's just going to slow things down so much more. It's going to distract players.
If it's a
Like, yeah,
player,
I don't.
right? If it's a
Yeah,
player,
if
yeah.
it's a player, yeah. Like even caddies, I don't think that they should be able to do that during pro tour events, right? Like the practice rounds and everything, like you said, are great, but during actual pro tour events, I think it's just got to be, the pro tour films and does what it does, and then you could do your side content kind of before or after.
Yeah, totally agree.
Um, yeah. Speaking of pace of play, how about that 2 hour last round that we had?
Dude, Brody is jumping out of his pants right now. I tell you. No,
It's like,
I did enjoy watching coverage. I mean, we don't get to see it live. I work on the weekends. I can't watch disc golf while I'm on a ski lift. Like, no, I'm trying to hang out with the clients or kids I'm skiing with, and but like we don't get to see it much on Jomez replays. But you can kind of tell when pace of play is slow or when it's really fast. Like sometimes the cameraman doesn't even have a chance to like get set up if it's fast. But you can tell when it's slow
mhm.
when they're walking up to the disc and flip it over, and then they have to cut it, and then like if it's not just one simultaneous sequence, you do get that like, oh, this is a slow player.
Well, and even watching, like I do have some free time on the weekends, so I try to watch. I get a lot of the FPO content because it's early in the morning, so first thing I could throw it on and just kind of watch for a little bit.
Hmm.
Um, but when it's slow, you're just getting like ads after ads after ads because they don't know what to cut to because nobody's doing anything.
Yeah.
There's a 3 hole backup, and it's like, cool. Well, we're gonna watch these people that are 12 strokes back throw. They don't really matter,
Yeah.
and then you're just kind of like out there, like, oh yeah, this isn't super enjoyable to watch. Um, I think this week also didn't like the coverage that I was able to see. There wasn't that many backups from what I remember,
Hmm.
which
Yeah,
was kind of
it
nice too.
didn't seem like it was too bad.
No,
So yeah, dude, I'm stoked for these next few events. Texas Swing is kind of cleaning up, and then we get to some of my more fun courses, not Texas courses, a little more elevation.
Jonesboro,
Yeah,
and then out to Music City.
yeah. I don't know how I feel about Music City. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Well, we'll talk about that when the day
Yeah,
comes.
yeah. Cool. Dave, I want to do something that I didn't even think about until right now. Um, Disc of the week.
Okay.
I don't know why. I was just like while we were talking, I was like, whoa. What if we like pull a random disc out of our bag and talk about it and talk why we have it in our bag? We kind of did it last week. That was random weird discs.
Yeah,
Um, can I do this week and you do next week?
absolutely.
Sweet.
Because I know you're real excited about this one.
Yeah. Let me hit this. Okay. So I went over to the shop.
Yeah, it's purple.
I bought my leopard and I bought some more pixels. That's a pixel hanging up right there. And I was talking to Ben, and he's like, dude, you ever thrown a dune? I'm like, yeah, I bag a dune. What do you mean? And he's like, dude, you gotta check out these new Blurple dunes. And I know Trash Panda had like a big thing, like, it's Blurple. Like, whatever. Dude, I picked this thing up. No stamp on the top. Can we see it? Maybe. Kind of like engraved stamp on the bottom. Dude.
Yeah.
This might replace my dune in my bag. This is supposed to be the backup. I freaking love this thing. You saw me throw it a few times today.
I
It's
did.
like perfectly domey for mid range. Oh, I gotta make sure I don't leak my name. Hold on. Perfectly domey, little like bevel, no bead, dude. Nice pop
Flies
top.
so straight.
Oh, dude, I don't think I've ever thrown a mid range farther than I did today. With that thing.
Okay, didn't you park 17 with that?
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like 10 feet left and like 2 feet short, basically pin high. How
Yep.
far is 17? Do we know?
I want to say I can look it up real quick. I
Yeah.
think it's like 320-ish, 330-ish.
Dude, U disc. Oh, I said I disc, not U disc. 17, 364.
364. Damn.
Dead straight. That was so fun. That was so fun.
Yeah.
To,
With a mid.
with a mid, I was like, I had an Exodus that Dave gave me, and then the Blurple, and I played a round like earlier today, and the Blurple was flying great, and I was like, oh, okay, like it's kind of got that point and shoot feel that I really like out of some discs. I think the Mako's a little too flippy for me. Like a reactor is like point and shoot, but it's stable for me. So if I need that, okay, I need a point and shoot out this way with a little more fade at the end. But dude, I might have to get another blurple.
Run down to the shop and be like, hey, Ben, keep some of these for me.
No, I'm not even gonna tell him. I'm just gonna walk in. Hey man, you got blurples? Okay, order me some new blurples. I need some. You know. So yeah, cool.
Hell yeah, dude.
Well, are we playing again tomorrow?
Uh, as of right now, I'm down.
Okay. When this goes up tomorrow, me and Dave will be playing disc golf doubles at Creekside. So,
Oh,
don't. Yeah. Um, what a fun day, man. What a great day.
dude. So happy the weather's making a turn for the better.
Yeah. And then hold on. Oh, can I even pull this up? I have to do it on my phone. I'm gonna have to show the people on my phone. Because I don't have it logged into my computer, and that sounds like hell right now. Okay. Um, 35 inches next week. 35 inches of snow. So disc golf content will be at an all-time low. Skiing content will be at an all-time high. Um, Dave, great chatting, dude. I'll see you tomorrow.
Absolutely, dude.
Um,
Let's take some people's money tomorrow.
yeah, let's go win some doubles, shall we? I hope we get
Hell
paired
yeah.
together. That'd be so fun. Same vibes as today, just way better.
Is it a random draw?
I don't know actually. Um, the one at T-ville is random, but the one at Creekside, I think you pick your partner, or
We'll
you
figure
pick.
it
I
out.
think you pick your card and you flip for partners. I don't know. I don't know how it works, so we'll find out tomorrow.
Oh
But
yeah.
thank you guys for checking in. Next week, big fun week. Me and Dave will kind of just be chilling, chatting about random stuff. We'll have your disc of the week next week. We have a special guest next week. Josh will hopefully be joining us. We also are going to talk about some more stuff that I haven't figured out yet. So cool, Dave. Any last words for the people?
All good. Get out and sling, man.
Get out and sling. Awesome. Well, thank you guys for watching. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next week. Bye.